For the first time in what feels like forever, the best players on Earth are finally coming back to the Olympics. We're talking about the super teams with more star power than we've ever seen before. We're all put together for a best on best tournament that has a chance to be an all-time classic. The NHL is back, and these rosters are going to be absolutely insane. In this video, I will rank all 12 teams heading into the 2026 Olympics, from the bottom of the barrel all the way up to the gold medal favorites. I've got my list locked in, and I promise you, my pick for the number one spot is going to start some arguments. It's a clash of titans, a showcase of national pride, and it's all going down in Milan, Italy. Let's get right into it, starting with number 12. Kicking things off, we have the host nation Italy, and let's be real, their single biggest advantage is playing on home ice. They've got that automatic spot as the host, but the talent gap between them and literally everyone else in this tournament is a canyon. Their roster is going to be built around a core of guys from the European leagues, with maybe a couple of names that hardcore hockey fans might recognize, like defenseman Thomas Larkin and forward Diego Kostner. Their only path to success is through pure team chemistry and riding the wave of that home crowd, because on paper, they are completely outgunned. They just don't have the top-tier game-breaking talent that every other nation has. It's going to be a massive uphill battle for them to even stay competitive. But hey, the Olympic spirit is all about punching above your weight. For Italy, just scoring a few goals and giving their fans a reason to go crazy will be a victory in itself. At number 11, we've got France. France snuck into the tournament after Russia was banned, grabbing the spot as the best second-place team from the final qualification round. They've definitely shown a ton of grit and improvement on the world stage, but they have the same problem as Italy, a serious lack of NHL-level talent. Their hopes are pinned on the few NHLers they have, whose names I can't pronounce, but I'll put them on screen. Outside of those two, the roster gets pretty thin when you're talking about competing with the best players on the planet. They'll have to rely on a brick wall defensive system, stay out of the penalty box, and pounce on any mistake their opponents make. They're a hard-working team for sure, but in a tournament that's loaded with superstars, hard work probably isn't enough to bring that massive skill gap. Expect them to play a tough, gritty game, and they'll be in survival mode from the second the puck drops. Cracking the top 10 is Denmark, a country that has a knack for producing some high-end NHL talent, but really struggles with depth. They fought their way through a tough qualification tournament and have shown they can win when it counts. Their offense is led by the speedy and dynamic Nikolai Ehlers, who is a true game breaker, and they've got another skilled forward in Oliver Bjorkstrand. Even though they've had a proven NHL starter in goal with Frederik Andersen, which gives them a fighting chance in any game he's in, the biggest issue for Denmark is what's behind their stars. The talent level drops off a cliff, especially on the defensive end. They can put the puck in the net, and their goaltending definitely steals a game. But can they really handle the relentless offense pressure from the powerhouse teams for a full 60 minutes? They'll be a fun team to watch and are totally capable of an upset, but their lack of depth makes a deep run feel next to impossible. Sliding in at number 9, we have the cardiac kids of international hockey, Latvia. They have proven time and time again that they can pull off shocking upsets, mostly because of their goaltending. Latvia's identity starts and ends between the pipes. They have two legitimate NHL goaltenders in Silvos, who became a full hero for Vancouver in the playoffs, and the veteran Elvis Merzlikins. That duo can absolutely steal games on their own. Up front, you've got a hardworking NHL guys like Teddy Bluger and guys who bring leadership and a solid two-way game. Their weakness, though, is the lack of elite scoring. They just don't have that true offensive superstar who can take over a game by himself. They'll grind you down every single shift and pray their goaltending keeps them in it, but finding enough offense to beat the top teams will be a massive challenge. At number 8, it's Slovakia. This is a program on the rise, fueled by an exciting new generation of talent that already won a surprise bronze medal in 2022. They booked their ticket to Milan by winning their group in the final qualification round. The new wave is officially here, led by the 2022 first over pick Slavkovsky and that star defenseman Nemec, who was taken right after him at the second overall. That young 1-2 punch is the future and the present of Slovakian hockey. They'll have to support from veterans like Thomas Tatar and a key NHL defenseman like Eric Kernak. While their young guns are impressive, they still don't have the overall depth of the elite teams, especially in net, where they lack a true established NHL starter. They play a fast, aggressive game and will be a dangerous team. But they're still a year or two away from being a true medal contender. Coming in at number 7 is Germany. Look, any team that can put one of the top 5 players in the entire world on ice has a chance to do something special, and Germany has exactly that. That player is, of course, the one-man wrecking crew Leon Draisaitl. If he can do what he does on the Oilers without Connor McDavid, he can single-handedly dominate any game he plays. And he's not alone. Germany has a fantastic young core of NHL talent with him, including the explosive Tim Stützle and the elite defenseman Seider in net. They have a Stanley Cup champion in Philipp Grubauer who can be a steady hand. The issue for Germany is depth. Once you get past their top 5 or 6 guys, the talent level drops off pretty hard, like most of the bottom teams. But they have a clear formula for success. Let their superstars go wild and play a tight, structured defensive game around them. Remember, they won silver in 2018 without any NHLers, so they know how to win the big stage. They are a legitimate dark horse. Kicking off our top 6 is a team that is the poster child for discipline and structure, Switzerland. The Swiss are no longer just happy to be here. They've become a real force in international hockey and a nightmare to play against. Their strength is built from the blue line out, starting with one of the best defensemen on the planet, Roman Josi. He controls the entire game from the back end, almost like no one else up front. They've got a legit group of NHL stars in Nico Hischier, Kevin Fiala, and Timo Meier. That core group gives them serious offense threat. Their main weakness might be a lack of game-breaking scoring punch outside of that top group, but they make up for it with a system that suffocates opponents. Switzerland proved that their formula works by winning a silver medal at the 2025 IIHF World Championship. They are a well-coached, disciplined, and have enough high-end talent to make a real push for a medal. They aren't an underdog anymore, they're a contender. But is it enough to take on the top teams? At number 5, we have Czechia. The Czechs might have some of the most purely skilled offensive players in the entire tournament, which makes them a threat to score like every single time they cross the wet red line. Their attack is led by the one and only David Pastrnak, one of the deadliest goal scorers in the NHL. He's joined by other firepower like Martin Necas and Pavel Zacha. That gives them a top 6 forward group that can hang with anybody. Their potential weakness has always been the blue line. Their new wave of talent and solid young goalie, they're looking more well-rounded than they have in years. They've won the World Championship on home ice in 2024, so this core knows exactly what it takes to win. If their defense can just hold its own, their offense is powerful enough to carry them all the way to a medal. Alright, coming in at number 4 is Sweden, and I know this might be a little controversial on paper. Sweden's defense is probably the best in the world. It's just an embarrassment of riches. We saw this in the Four Nations face-off, where they, I believe, got 3rd place. You've got multiple Norris Trophy winners and finalists like Victor Hedman, Rasmus Dahlin, and Erik Karlsson. They are the masters at moving the puck and can control the entire pace of the game from their own end. Their forward group is just as elite, with stars like William Nylander, Elias Pettersson, and a hopefully healthy Gabriel Landeskog. So why aren't they higher? The big questions are in goal and whether they can secure the big moments. While they have had solid NHL goalies, they don't have that undisputed top-tier Vezina caliber guy like some of the other nations. They have all the talent in the world, but in these best-on-best tournaments, they've sometimes struggled to find that next offensive gear when it matters most. But to make no mistake, they are an absolute powerhouse, but not enough to take on the top 3. In the bronze medal spot, at number 3 is Finland. And let me say this now, never ever underestimate the Finns. They always play above their talent level and use a near-perfect brand of team hockey that lets them beat more skilled rosters. Finland is led by 2 of the best two-way centers in hockey, Alexander Barkov, who just won his 2nd Stanley Cup, and Sebastian Aho. They are masters of controlling the game from the face-off dot to face-off dot. They're joined by elite scorers like Mikko Rantanen and a true workhorse on defense in Miro Heiskanen. In goal, they have Jussi Saros, who on any given night can be the best goalie in the world. Finland's strength isn't just their stars, it's their system. They play well with incredible discipline and structure. Their one potential weak spot could be the lack of depth on defense behind Heiskanen. But listen, they've played well in the Four Nations face-off, and if they can do that again, they can at least secure a top 4 spot. Here's where it gets a bit controversial. Don't get mad at me, but our silver medal favorite at number 2 is the United States. Team USA is bringing an absolutely stacked roster loaded with a young, fast, and electrifying talent. This team was built for the modern NHL, all about speed, skill, and relentless offense. The forward group is just scary. You have the Hart Trophy winner, Austin Matthews, the incredibly dynamic Jack Hughes, and the fierce Tkachuk brothers, Matthew and Brady. The American blue line is also ridiculously skilled, with Norris winner Quinn Hughes and Adam Fox leading with a group of elite puck movers. But their biggest advantage over Canada and almost everywhere else is in net with Connor Hellebuyck. They have an amazing Vezina winner goalie who can anchor the entire team. If they play like the Four Nations face-off, though, they might have some big competition. The only real question is their experience, as this is a younger group overall, but their talent is off the charts. This is probably the best roster in the United States has ever put together, and they have a very real shot at winning their first Olympic gold since the Miracle on Ice in 1980, but they still have one team standing in their way. And at number 1, the undisputed, unquestioned gold medal favorites for the 2026 Olympics is Team Canada. The sheer depth of talent that Canada has is something no other country can match, and it's an assembly of hockey royalty. It all starts with the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. He'll be joined by other generational talents like Nathan MacKinnon and Sidney Crosby, who will be there to provide that crucial veteran leadership. On defense, they have the best defenseman on the planet in Cale Makar. The number of superstars is just staggering. Their fourth line will have guys who are first-line stars on their own NHL teams. And the one area people love to question with Canada has been goaltending, as they don't have that single elite established starter like the US in Hellebuyck. But honestly, the overwhelming firepower of their offense and the insane skill on their blue line should be just enough to make up for it. Their goaltenders also are not even that bad. They can still pull out a win with Jordan Binnington and Adin Hill backing him up. For this super team, anything less than a gold medal is just going to be seen as a failure. They are the team to beat, and if they can get past USA like in Four Nations face-off, they have a real shot to show once again that hockey is Canada's sport. Alright, that's my list from the long shots all the way to my gold medal lock. I've got Canada taking the top spot, but the Americans, Finns, and Sweden are right there on their heels. But now I need to hear from you. What does your podium look like? Who is your number 1 pick for gold, and what do you not agree with? Drop your full rankings down in the comments below. I read every single one, and I really want to see how your line stacks up against mine. And hey, if you made it this far and you liked the breakdown, do me a huge favor. Smash that like and subscribe button to the channel for more hockey content just like this. It helps out a ton. And if you want even more hockey content, check out my podcasts. Or soon there is some exclusive episodes that you won't see on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.